So, once upon a time, a long time ago, the fitness community used to have influencers who would get extremely stocky and take a whole bunch of drugs and then basically lie and say that they were natural. Now, this was common back in the day. And the ignorant people like myself didn't know no better and thought that that was all possible natural. I didn't think much of it, and so I would watch their videos and get motivated. No harm, no foul. Fast forward a little bit, and natty or knots became a thing. People get put on blast for pretending and lying and selling a lot of products off of it. However, as a result of this, the media side of the fitness industry became obsessed with drug use. All the way to the point that some of these young influencers will know damn well that they're taking drugs and they're not natural, but they'll claim natural just so one of the bigger YouTubers can make a video about them. Truthfully, it's a good way to get some clout. In our current environment of body positivity, tolerance, and anti-bullying, we're already a bunch of snowflakes in comparison to the generations that came before us. I genuinely believe that our generation of men are more susceptible to feeling jealousy than the men that came before us. And as a result of the constant conversation surrounding drugs, insecure and jealous people are using drug accusations to hate on influencers. So this is what made me do this video in the first place. My favorite forms of motivations is an influencer named Style Up Africa. I was watching some of his videos before I went to the gym today. Alright, so this is me post edit. For some reason I forgot to screenshot a lot of the comments. And when I went back on it, it appears he hid all of the steroid accusation comments, because there was a lot of them. And when I went on a YouTube channel, I seen he posted this video. A video actually addressing the steroid accusations. I believe this was in response to a video made about him, a natty or not, which the conclusion was that he wasn't natural. But either way, none of these is new. I just didn't consider that he would be hiding comments. So when I went back on it, they were all gone. And so this is the point that I was making. People are entirely too quick to accuse somebody of doing steroids or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's natural or not natural. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that people are just hating. And here's why I'm saying that. The most common excuse for the constant obsession with people doing steroids or not is they'll say it portrays an inaccurate representation of what's possible naturally. Okay, sure. I guess that's not entirely false. The problem with that logic is that there is no accurate representation of what's possible naturally. Everybody is different. Everyone has different genetics. So typically, when people talk about what's natural, what they reference is those old black and white pictures before steroids. They see a less development in the chest and so forth, and then they say, oh, this is a natural body. The thing is, back then they didn't have the knowledge we had, they didn't have the equipment we had, they just didn't understand the science the way we did, and the beauty standard was different. So where their emphasis was changed. Not to mention the type of training they was able to do with the equipment that they had wasn't ideal for building a good chest or some of the other, glamour muscles that's a little tough to get to without the proper equipment. So my point is that this still doesn't prove anything. This is still not an accurate representation of what's possible naturally. Also, you gotta take into account that particular person's genetics. Everyone has a different body, different muscle belly shapes. Everyone is just different height, different bone density. We're different people. The truth is, in order to know what's possible for you naturally, you have to push yourself to the absolute limit in order to see it. You have to eat right, you have to sleep right, you have to work out and train properly for a while to see what your peak is. As a result of doing that, you will eventually become the best version of yourself, which is the whole purpose of fitness influencers. I'll take it a step further. Pretend you're one of the people commenting and he was 100% natural, right? But he's not 100% natural and proved it to you. He's 100% natural. That's just the facts. Like, you die, you meet your maker, and God tells you, he says, you know that guy you was hating on Instagram? He was actually 100% natural. So you went your whole life and you didn't know. You would have spent your entire life thinking that he was just a fake natty, and you would have hated on him. When the entire time you could have saw his video and got motivated to reach your final form, whatever that is. But if he actually proved it and he was 100% natural, he still wouldn't be an accurate representation of what's achievable naturally for you or for me. Rather he's natural or not, we're not him. And so his final form is still not going to be mine. It's still not an accurate representation of what most people can do, regardless. So the point of this whole video is that people just got obsessed and looking for reasons to get discouraged rather than reasons to get motivated. And somewhere along the line, we forgot the purpose of like fitness influencers, the purpose of people putting out the effort to motivate others. It's not to obsess on every detail about their life or their journey. It's just to see that they're out there putting in the work to reach their final form. No, that's all. Peace.